And yesterday I was saying that I don't know really what this is, but it looks like a B wave to me. And I believe that I was correct. It moved like a B wave, it acted like a B wave, and it played out like a B wave. Because if that's a B wave, then this is an A wave, and this is a C wave. And I said yesterday that I expect an impulse to the downside, 4 to 5%. Turned out to be more like 6%, okay? Because this B wave came up to between the 1236 and the 1618 of this A wave, okay? And what do we know about B waves that retrace between the 1236 and 1618? Elliott wave theory indicates that these kind of B waves are make for expanded flat corrections. And an expanded flat correction has a target of the C wave of not between the 1 and the 1236, but of the 1618. So just like, I said I'm expecting between 1 and 1236 yesterday, but that was a mistake because it already retraced to between the 1236 and the 1618 of that A wave. So I could have already told you that this was going to be a 1618 retracement, and lo and behold, this is akin to what we got, right? Hello everyone, my name's Dean. Let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. Today is January 27th, 2022, and Bitcoin is looking tricky. I say that to mean this. Please remember that we are in a corrective state. Two states, according to Elliott wave theory: corrective and impulsive. Most of the time, about 80% of the time, price is in a corrective state. About 20% of the time, price is in an impulsive state, okay? And then there's some gray areas, right? You can be in correction during an impulse, but depending on the degree. Anyway, all I'm saying is be very careful. Price is quite tricky when in corrective states because it doesn't go in a straight line, not even a little bit. So this is what I want to preface today's video with. However, that being said, I've looked at the charts for hours and hours on end, as I tend to do. As most of you know who are subscribed to the channel, I love charting, I love trading, I do that for a living, right? I take profit, pay my mortgage, pay my whatever groceries, whatever, my car note. So I'm quite, dedicated to this. And I believe that I have found a pattern in the market that elucidates this recent move. So I think I found exactly what price is doing, not just in Bitcoin, but throughout the cryptocurrency market. If you want to know about that, then stay tuned, watch until the very end to find out what that is. First things first, we're zoomed out on the daily. And I want to remind everybody, I'm going to remove this. I want to remind everybody that this count, this 5-wave Elliott wave sequence that I've drawn up is likely the correct one. In any case, I want to remind everybody that we are correcting, meaning going against a major trend. We're going against a major trend. We're going up, but the major trend is down, okay? So that means don't expect to just go up, up, up in a straight line, okay? That's one thing I want to just hammer home, and I'm going to try and repeat this regularly because once this trend resumes, it's going to be very, very quick and very, very impulsive. It's going to be difficult to get out. Okay, so you have to. I'm looking for the word. You have to perpetually. That's the word I'm looking for. Prepare yourself for this trend to resume. Prepare yourself for this trend to resume. If you're one of those people that is a long-term trader, what you're doing is laddering into your shorts, meaning whatever we get higher, you're just adding to your short. You get higher, adding to your short. You get higher, added to your short, okay? And that's, some people like to trade like that, right? Large accounts like to trade like that, okay? They're not scalp. That, for them, what would constitute a, a regular trade for, a small sort of private investor would be a scalp for them, right? Because for us, if the price goes from near 37K to like 52K, that's not a scalp. That's a, proper long-term trade. For them, it's a scalp, okay? And so they're just, if they properly read this trend, all they are doing is laddering into their shorts at different points, right? And that's one method, okay? So I just want to, I'm gonna repeat this every video. Please don't get tired or annoyed by this. Trust me, it's going to help, because the day it comes, you're going to be prepared. You're going to be on, you're going to be aware. You're going to be sort of alerted to that possibility, and you're not going to be caught in the next impulsive wave down, which is gonna be ridiculous. Okay, so that is very, 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 very important. Whatever we do now, we do in anticipation for that trend to resume. And when can that trend resume? Very simply, Elliott wave tells us that we need 3 legitimate waves in correction, right? It can look a number of ways, right? We don't know exactly what kind of waves we're going to get, but we're going to get something that's going to be a 3-wave structure before turning around, okay? It could be complex, it could be simple, we don't know. And the other thing we know is it has to at least retrace to the 382. So we're going to have to come at least to this level, okay? But we're likely to come in this region right here between the 0.5 and the 618, because if this is correct, this is wave 1, wave 2 typically retraces to between the 0.5 and the 618 on the balance of probability. This is all important. I hope you are taking this in, really understanding what I'm saying, because you may lose, a lot of people will lose a lot of money not preparing for the long term. Whatever you do, whatever scalps you do, whatever positions you take, in the meantime, you have to keep that in mind, the larger picture. Okay, the other thing I want to show you is this. Here's a trend line, okay? An important trend line. Please beware. Until which point this trend line is broken, we're likely to reject off of it, okay? That's just, charting 101. It doesn't mean we're going to completely get rejected from it. We have to break it at some point in time. But we're going to have to bounce off of it before breaking it, okay? And we haven't bounced off of it yet. So that's all I'm saying is any move to the upside, hitting that line, is likely to reject at first touch. All right, now let's zoom in to the 4-hourly time frame, and let's get specific. I was looking at this pattern, and I'm sure you've seen all kinds of analysis on this pattern right here that we're looking at, that Bitcoin is printed in the past few days. And I think I've made sense of it, okay? I think I've made sense of it. Let's zoom in actually to the hourly time frame, because we need to see some detail. Oops. Here, I'm not going to zoom in, but we have 5 waves up, okay? And yesterday I was saying that I don't know really what this is, but it looks like a B wave to me. And I believe that I was correct. It moved like a B wave, it acted like a B wave, and it played out like a B wave. Because if that's a B wave, then this is an A wave, and this is a C wave. And I said yesterday that I expect an impulse to the downside, 4 to 5%. Turned out to be more like 6%, okay? Because this B wave came up to between the 1236 and the 1618 of this A wave, okay? And what do we know about B waves that retrace between the 1236 and 1618? Elliott wave theory indicates that these kind of B waves are make for expanded flat corrections. And an expanded flat correction has a target of the C wave of not between the 1 and the 1236, but of the 1618. So just like, I said I'm expecting between 1 and 1236 yesterday, but that was a mistake because it already retraced to between the 1236 and the 1618 of that A wave. So I could have already told you that this was going to be a 1618 retracement, and lo and behold, this is akin to what we got, right? So if let me remove this. Okay, let's do something really quickly. Let me zoom out. And remove this, and then zoom back in. Okay, so there you go. It hit the 1618 and retraced to the 1618 beyond the 1618 quite a bit, but it's pretty much hit the target. So if you took a short yesterday on this rising wedge that I didn't know why, but one, it's a rising wedge, so it's likely to break down. Two, it looks like a B wave, so I was like, I feel like it makes sense that we're going to go short and we're going to hit an impulse to the downside. That's what we got. As I said in yesterday's video, many people will say, oh, it's because of what Jerome Powell said, but that doesn't even make sense. I hope people who ascribe fundamental sort of like news events to like price action on the short term see how ridiculous this is. Like, how is it that what was said makes it so that the price went down? Like, they're basically trying to fit retroactively whatever was said into whatever happened on the charts. And I mean, I guess if you're having fun, go ahead. If you think that you can get an edge on trading like that, by all means, let me not stop you. You just make my job easier, right? Because you're literally handing me money by using whatever kind of confusing and muddled a trading system that is. But anyway, it just seems so common sense that it doesn't make any sense. Anyway, 5 waves down, the target 1618, that's exactly what we got. And one thing I was saying yesterday is that this to me looks like a 2 wave, okay? And that is not correct. And I looked at it and I looked at it and I looked at it and I'm like, oh, it must be this must be a big 2 wave. No. First of all, the scale is off. Maybe it can work, but this impulse, this 2 wave seems a bit too large to be ascribed to this impulse. That's number one. But maybe that's not the best case against it. The best case against it is looking laterally in other assets. And I said in the beginning of the video that I found a pattern that I saw throughout the market. Sometimes when I look at Bitcoin and I can't tell exactly what it's doing, I have certain understandings of the price action, but I don't have the context. I don't have the full story. And it bothers me. I want to know everything, right? So I look laterally. I look at Litecoin. I look at Link. I look at VRA, whatever. And I'm like, what are you all doing? Like, how does this fit? And this is how it fits. This 5 wave impulse is finished. It's done. It's a standalone. Nothing else is coming of it. What do we know about once you get a correction after a 5 wave impulse? Okay, typically you can continue, right? That's likely. But in Bitcoin, it looks okay. This is a 1 wave, this is a 2 wave, and so you're expecting a 3 wave. However, in other assets, it doesn't make any sense, right? That story, that idea of a 1 wave, a 2 wave, and then ensuing 3 wave just doesn't make any sense. And the only thing that makes sense to me right now is that this 5 wave impulse is followed by an ABC correction, making this 5-wave impulse an A wave. And that A wave would just be basically the base 1, 2, 3. Okay. This makes this flat correction is a 3-wave flat correction. So you get 5 waves here. Sorry. There's 5 waves, okay? There's no 1, 2, 3. It's 5 waves. 3 waves. So what do you expect? 5 waves. What is that? That is a zigzag. A zigzag correction is an ABC correction in Elliott wave theory that gives you 5 waves impulsively, then a 3-wave correction to between the 0.5 to the 618 of that initial 5-wave structure, which is now an A wave. And then the final 5 waves up is your C wave. That is your 535. So I looked at Bitcoin and I saw that indeed this 3-wave structure that I'm going to label that we got yesterday, and this is very confusing, and this is the Wild West, okay? And this is why I started the video with saying we're in corrective territory, meaning don't expect any straight line drives. We do expect Bitcoin to retrace eventually to at least the 382 of the downtrend, right? To at least on a balance of probability between in the 52K region, right? But how it's going to get there, we don't know. So disabuse yourselves of the idea that we're going to 52K, just put some money in and wait. Yeah, you can do that, but expect it to go up and down and up and down and up and down in between. And if you're trading on leverage, be very careful. You have to track this. And that's why corrective sequences may not be best to trade for people who are not advanced traders. I would say you're better off sitting this one out and just laddering in on your shorts if you think that indeed we're in a larger short downtrend. Ladder in on your shorts. Don't try to lose money or don't try to trade the chop, because this is chop, my friends. Whatever, say what you want, but this is chop. So this 3-wave structure, this ABC structure, this retraced to between the 0.5 to the 618 of this. So I take the Fibonacci retracement tool. Did I do that properly? I didn't do that properly. Let me zoom in, because the beginning of this, I gotta zoom in. Okay, here. This is where it starts right there. The impulse starts here. And then it ends here. Let me turn off the magnet. I think we just touched the 0.5. Yeah, we just touched the 0.5 here. If you see, right here. So that is your retracement of the 0.5, because you need a minimum retracement of 0.5 to the 618. So this ABC structure is, so this is your 5 waves up. This is your 3 waves. Expect 5 more waves. And now let's zoom and see. Do you see where I just touched that? This is where I expect Bitcoin to stop. I do not expect us to breach this line. However long it takes for these 5 waves to form, anticipate a rejection off of this larger trend line. This is where you should set your target. I do not know what that is going to be precisely, but it may be somewhere in the region of 41 to 40K, something like that, around 41 to 40K, okay? Anticipate a rejection off of that level, okay? So this is why I started the video showing that large trend line. Do not ignore it. This is where I would take profit on this move, okay? So just zooming out really quickly. This video is getting a little long, but I hope this is useful. I hope this is helpful. If so, like the video. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. This is the best technical analysis channel on YouTube. Not going to elaborate as to why, we don't have time, but like the video so more people can see it. Share it if you know people that are trading that this may help. Okay, so this is what I'm anticipating. This 1, 2, 3. I do not, once again, anticipate for us to breach that line just yet. Okay, that's this move. Once we hit that line, I anticipate a strong rejection, a retest, and a nuke down. Okay, that's what I anticipate, but I don't know. We are in corrective territory. We are in the trenches. We're in the we're pretty much on the in the most challenging region of the trading zone. So you have to take things a step at a time. I do anticipate this, but I'm not going to trade this immediately. Obviously, I'm going to take profit here, wait, and see what develops. But I anticipate we get a nuke down in a B wave and that we're forming some sort of reversal pattern that I can elaborate on in future videos. So I hope this was helpful. I hope this was useful. Look across the market and you will see this zigzag correction everywhere. You will see this ABC. I don't have time to show you, but I welcome you for yourselves. Look at this ABC correction where this 3-wave structure retraced to between the 0.5 and the 618 of this initial 5 waves. You're going to see it all across the market. We're printing zigzags, my friends. Hope this was helpful. Hope this was useful. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.